You like my new crew?
Oh, what is that? The Walking Dead?
A bunch of zombies, probably from Walking Dead. Here's what I feel like. I keep expecting to look in the mirror and just see me like look at one of these.
Yeah. But are you? Yeah, you sound sick. But did you wind up calling out again?
No,
You went in. Yeah.
yeah, no. I've been in since last Thursday. No, Thursday I called out. Friday and Saturday I came in, and then I've been working since Tuesday.
Oh,
It's just like I'm wake up and I feel like but I feel enough to walk the 6 steps to my office to
yeah,
work,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm good working. I'm
Yeah.
okay. What's our job? Just sitting on our fat asses and
Yep.
left clicking. But when I come back from lunch, which is about roughly around 7 p.m., I'm done. I am so done. Like I can barely keep my eyes open. Like the constant coughing, because I'm still coughing,
Yeah.
still have some aches and congestion where I'm blowing my nose like
Yep.
at least 4 or 5 times every hour.
Fever
That's
gone though.
I have no clue. I
Yeah.
just some body aches, but the part that gets me is the exhaustion, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I am just I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, I just want to go back to sleep.
Did you call the doctor and get those meds I told you about?
Dude, I looked up that stuff that
Yeah.
you took. I looked it up online.
Uh
I'm
huh.
like, I'd rather suffer through the sickness.
Why? What were the side effects?
Oh my god, blood clots and other horrible stuff. It's like right out of those
That's
commercials.
that's
Like
only for pussies.
can cause death and vomiting, diarrhea, bleeding out the
Well, the
anus.
diarrhea, that part was fucking real. That part lasted a long ass time. I was shitting lungs after taking that.
I
What
was
was,
like, Jesus
what
Christ,
was it?
man.
Paxilvid or some shit like that?
I don't know, but I'm like, you know what? I'm good enough to live. I'm not good
Yeah,
enough to
I
walk.
didn't have any of those stupid side effects. I did have the fucking shits like crazy though. Like just water for days. Oh, oh, and you don't even want to wipe your ass anymore because it hurts
Yeah,
so much.
it's dude, I stopped using toilet paper. I don't use
Yeah.
toilet paper at all. I use
You got a bidet?
I I wish. I use
Yeah, I know,
baby
me too.
wipes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. The alcohol in the baby wipes, though, winds up
Oh, whoa.
fucking chapping you.
Jesus.
What?
What kind of baby wipes do you use?
I don't know. I don't really use baby wipes, so
Oh,
I'm
no,
just assuming. I
there's
I
no
use the
alcohol.
Clorox 99.9 bacteria killing.
No. You insane?
Oh, Jesus.
No,
I
I use baby wipes. It's all natural. Feels like a unicorn is licking my asshole clean.
Alrighty then. Yeah, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
dude. I actually have to get more.
Uh, oh, that
Uh,
was the other thing. I was going through rolls of toilet paper. Like normally, like a roll of toilet paper will last me like fucking a year. Like it lasts a roll of toilet paper lasts a long ass time. But
Jesus.
it just does. I get those big packs from Costco's
Oh,
that
a
have
whole pack will last you a year.
no.
One roll?
Well, dude, I'm
Oh, okay.
exaggerating.
I was gonna
I'm exaggerating,
say.
but I'm saying like I never understood like my mom will buy toilet paper like crazy because apparently this bitch goes through rolls like I don't know what the fuck she's doing with them because I buy that big fucking pack and like at least a year and a half goes by before I have to buy another pack of Costco's. I don't even know how many come in there, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
it's
about, the
like 20.
giant
Oh
pack.
yeah, the big. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you get those all the time. And that's where I
Yeah.
get my baby wipes
Yeah,
because
yeah.
apparently baby wipes is like luxury items from because I used to get mine at Target. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden Target's like, oh, we're completely
Uh,
out. I'm like, what? So now I have to go to Costco.
yeah,
All
well,
right.
that's the thing. My mom has a well, my parents had a Costco's membership, and I just wound up tagging along on theirs. You know how you get like two
Hmm.
cards,
Yeah,
so I tagged along on theirs. I mean, it's great for shit like that. It's there's never going to be a time where you don't need toilet paper,
that and paper towels.
paper towels, shit like that. I stock up on like fucking crazy. And if there's anything that I eat a lot, like I used to, the amount of things that have gone by the wayside because of COVID. I used to get these this big pack of chicken wings. I think it was Purdue,
Hmm.
and they were fucking amazing. I love these things. It was uh, not a lot of fat on them, and they were fucking big. And anyway, it was a big
Boneless
package of
or actual wings?
no, they were actual wings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but anyway, those are fucking gone since the pandemic.
Oh,
Um,
Costco goes through shit all the time. Like
yeah,
Costco used to have this cilantro shrimp was
yeah,
the whole reason I got my Costco
yeah.
card because
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to bother anybody else's. And then I think we went 3 weeks ago to buy stuff. I went right for the cilantro shrimp. Oh yeah, those are out of stock.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you've had them in stock
yeah,
for 5 years. What are they like?
yeah.
Cycle like cicadas or
Exactly.
something? Like what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Like, oh, not out of stock, out of season. I'm
Well,
like, "What?"
yeah. Well, I was buying these chicken wings for years,
Mhm.
and then it's not just Costco's. Like Purdue just stopped making them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just
Oh,
gone. So
oh.
Costco's got a complete new brand. And the reason I know that is because you can go to like ShopRite, Stop and Shop, and get a smaller package of the same shit for more money
Yeah, I know.
than the
That's why I love
Costco's one.
that.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. But
Now, let me ask you a question.
what?
I mean, chicken's awesome, but do you eat it to be healthy or you just like the chicken?
I like chicken wings.
Okay,
Chicken wings are fucking amazing.
okay. Because a recent event just happened like 3 days ago, and it's
Uh-oh.
sad, but well,
What?
to put it plainly,
Chicken is not healthy?
my uncle from my father's side, my father's brother, just recently passed away.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's sad, but I think I've met the guy like a total of maybe 6 or
Yeah.
7 times because he
Yeah.
lives in England.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the dude was over 80 years old. I'm not sure exactly. He was somewhere in his 80s.
Okay.
And do you know how he died? You want to know how he died?
Oh, god
The
damn it. Don't
dude
do not ruin if it's gonna ruin chicken wings for me, don't
No,
tell
it's
me.
not going to ruin chicken wings, but I'm just saying because chicken wings generally, chicken is something healthy people eat.
Yeah.
I love Joe Rogan, but his whole healthy and run and exercise and so on. It's like, well, then again, my uncle did die at 80, but he was
Mm.
running. It was freezing cold, and
Yeah.
he was running with his running group,
Yeah.
and he ran ahead. And when they caught up to him, they found him on the ground,
Yeah.
already gone. He died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, like you
what?
said, he did make it to 80.
I know,
Yeah.
but I told my mom, she's like, every time she's like, how many people, because she used to work in a hospital,
Yeah.
and she's like, one, how many people they'd find like in jogging gear in Central Park just
Yeah.
dead from heart attack, or how many people
Oh, I'm
that
sure.
came in from the gym, they were fit as fuck. They
Yeah.
were completely fit. They had this, everything, and they died of heart attack. I'm like, okay.
Seriously. Yeah.
I mean, my uncle did make it to 80, so I mean, you gotta give it that. But even still, it's like
Yeah.
the irony is not lost on me.
Dude,
Like, you know what I
all
mean?
all the males in my family died in their, like, 50s and 60s. My
Oh,
father died at, like, fucking 64.
damn.
And so I was doing the math one day, and my uncle, I got 2 uncles, my father, my grandfather on both sides, all the men died. So I don't got much fucking time left as far as I can see. But my mom told me once, so same thing like your was it your uncle, I guess. So my grandfather had open heart surgery. And my mom would always tell me that they must have they botched the job, they didn't do it right. Back then medicine sucked and blah blah blah. And all this shit. And I heard this shit for years. And then out of the blue one day, as she's telling me about her father, he died when I was like 7. So I kind of remember him, but really not a whole lot. But anyway, so she goes, well, she brings up the story again, and oh yeah, the doctors and they suck and blah blah blah. And yeah, he was doing all the right things. He was eating healthy. He was running, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. He kept healthy. He ran a lot. She goes, yeah, like 2 weeks after the surgery, he was back out running. I'm like, what? Open
Jesus.
heart surgery? The motherfucker's out like fucking doing road work. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, so I don't know if it was the doctors or it was just that old man mentality. Like, oh,
Right.
fucking, dude, the stitches on his chest, the staples in his chest
I
haven't
know.
been
This
taken
thing
out
not
yet,
even healed yet.
and he's fucking running. Those are the motherfuckers that existed back in the day.
Yeah, right.
By the way, my animation is all fucked up, as you can see.
Well,
If I for some reason my fucking character is making pouty lips.
yeah, I know. I noticed that.
I don't
I
know what
wasn't
the
gonna
fuck
say
is going
anything.
on. And then if I try to like smile or anything, he does like fucking weird shit. But I tried to fix it, but I could anyway. I'd have to boot into the other thing to make it work. So we'll just leave it the way it is. Who cares? But anyway. But yeah, those old dudes, they just did not give a fuck. Like you fucking get your leg cut off. Walk it off.
Oh, they didn't have,
Yeah.
what we have. I mean, we have
Yeah.
chicken wings. We're complaining about chicken wings. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
they were dying of starvation. It
Yeah.
was
They
like
were like
we were
fucking
happy we had food.
yeah. We used to gather sawdust. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how the fuck people made it. It's just as human beings, we're just getting softer and softer as time goes on.
I
We
was
s-
just
we started as these apes that can hang from tree branches forever. We got contests and carnivals, see who can hang on to the bar longer than 2 minutes. And we went from apes that we can't even climb a tree without breaking our skin as we scuff it on the way up. And we came from that, and every decade we just get softer and softer and
well,
softer.
well, can you blame us?
Hmm.
I mean, seriously, can you really blame us? I mean, to survive back in the day,
Yeah.
we had to run miles to catch our food.
Yep.
Now, the best thing everybody told us, go to college, get a degree,
Mm.
so you can sit on your fat ass 8
Yeah.
hours every day and just right click. Of course, we're going to be fat slobs.
Yeah.
We're trying to make a living.
That's yep.
It's like,
That's why I believe that whole theory about aliens being us from the future, all fucking gray and weak and frail, nothing but technology. That's what we're becoming. Our giant heads, only ours are gonna have a fucking dimple in the middle from wearing headphones all fucking day. Ugh.
I mean, we used to look like goofy monkeys. So, I mean,
I know.
it's called, which, where do you want us to go? Do you want us to go back to where we're looking like Magilla Gorilla or aliens? Take your pick. And you know what? Not for nothing. I'll take the aliens. Okay. If we
I
get
guess.
faster than light travel, shit.
Yeah. No, I agree. When they come out with they're already talking about so other companies now besides Elon Musk are talking about Neuralink type shit. So
It's not coming out fast enough,
yeah.
man.
So you're popping one of those things in your head as
Oh,
soon as it comes out.
dude. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Dude, jack me into the matrix. That's what
Yeah.
I want. Jack me right into the matrix.
Uh, I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm Cypher. I am literally I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
understood even though it was, they tried to make it evil, but I'm like, jack me into the matrix. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're using you. But the movie was that, humans were to be used as batteries.
Mhm.
Okay. Which didn't make I always thought it's like that doesn't make any sense for like
Yeah.
Neo to have his powers, and why would they care if they lose a couple of live beings or something? They got,
Mhm.
like they said, they got fields. The original script had it that human brains were used as computational
Yeah.
power
Yeah, that
to
makes
support
sense.
the Matrix.
Yep.
And that explains why Neo
Yep.
was able to,
It
do
was
what
like
he does.
it was like
And
a
if you
blockchain of
lose,
human
yeah,
brains.
and if you lose a human, that
Yeah.
you lose in, you know, processor speed.
Yeah.
So that made more sense. But
Yeah.
even still, jack me into the matrix. That's
See,
that.
here's the problem I have is you can't be an early adopter, dude. You can't be a fucking early adopter. You know how we do it as humans. We fuck up the first couple of batches. The it's guaranteed that first couple of batches is gonna be like, oops, we fucked up, and now your brain is fried, but we'll figure it out.
Ah, dude, they're gonna test it on monkeys left and right. They're gonna have people that are gonna be
Please.
like
All right,
like
but even after that,
stage 22
dude,
cancer. Hey,
really,
do you want to jack in the matrix before you pass out?
really,
We'll give you millions of dollars. Oh, sure, why not? What else am I gonna do?
really, you think they're gonna test it out? You think they're not gonna jump to try and make the money as soon as
Oh,
possible?
please. The way lawyers are, they got to test
And
everything
how long
out.
is it gonna take before we find out we fucked up? We just found out that baby powder causes cancer.
Oh, give me a break. Everything. I mean, I remember they were saying milk causes cancer, water causes, yeah, the air you breathe causes cancer.
Yeah.
Everything causes
The
cancer.
bottom line is they don't actually know what causes cancer. So that's why everything causes cancer. It's like that. Back to the Matrix. It's like the reason everything tastes like chicken is because nobody knows what chicken tastes like.
Pretty much.
So it's,
I mean, let's forget the fact that, we pumped enough lead in the air to like
mhm.
murder everybody on the planet and all the microplastics and chemicals and
I, s-
everything, preservatives and nonsense that we eat on a daily basis because we're just too tired and lazy to cook.
yeah,
Because, you know, somebody said it's like everything that we do alone on a daily basis, humans were not meant to do all this on a daily basis.
no,
Cook every day, clean every day. It's like,
yeah,
that was supposed to be done by a family member. It's like that's the reason why you had one person work, one person stay at home because it's just too much for one person to do.
yeah.
Sometimes even two people to do.
Also, we're not supposed to eat as much as we do. You imagine back in the caveman day, I have 3 square meals. No, no, no. They ate just like every other animal in the animal kingdom. When the food came, they fucking gorged themselves on it,
Oh,
slept for days, and then scounged for food for the next day. They didn't eat every day.
yeah, because they're not up 8 a.m.,
Yeah, yeah.
go to work and
Yeah,
send
just
your fat ass
just
and
look at your cat and
go
your
to
dog.
meetings.
They sleep most of the day.
Seriously.
Yeah. So
Somebody
we don't have that fucking downtime.
oh, we have downtime when we're supposed to go to sleep to get up in the morning.
Yeah,
You
that's it.
know, I guarantee you, even from what I heard, even slaves didn't work as long as we do.
That's that's probably why it feels so goddamn good to nap in the middle of the day. 'Cause that's
Yes.
what we're supposed to be doing. You I don't do it often, but when I actually, like, decide, "All right." And I'm not talking about just sitting in a recliner and you close your eye. I'm talking about you're like, "I'm taking a fucking nap." Now, it's different. When your head hits the pillow at night, that's just normal. It just feels normal. When your head hits the pillow and you're like, "I'm taking a nap and I'm not supposed to be napping, right?" That
Mhm.
feels so fucking good. It's like floating on a cloud. It's like, "Oh, oh," and then when you wake up, you're like, God damn it, that was fucking good."
Can I go back to sleep? God
Yeah,
damn
exactly, exactly. You watch every animal. You watch fucking lions out they're sleeping all the
yeah.
fucking time. It's all they're doing.
Everybody else gets to sleep except us. We gotta
Yeah.
we gotta go. We
No,
gotta
we
do
gotta
stuff.
make
We
money
gotta
for the
climb
boss.
mountains and we gotta run oh my god, shut up.
It's not even that. The reason people climb mountains and do all that stuff, that's because that's their downtime when they're not working for some other fucking asshole. So they're like, I got to get it all in. I'm not gonna fucking climb this mountain. I had to take time off. I had to take my PTOs to climb this mountain. So I'm fucking climbing it.
Oh, forget that. I like
Yeah.
that's why I mean, I again I love Joe Rogan, but he was going off about,
Jesus Christ. You said that twice. I'm
humans
fucking
aren't
gay
supposed to
for
be
Joe Rogan. God.
well, I mean, dude, shut up. You know better. But no, because he
I love
talks
Joe
some
Rogan's cock. Go ahead.
he talks about good stuff, but sometimes it's just like, dude, give it a rest. Like he
Yeah.
was going off about, oh, humans shouldn't be on their cell phones, and it's not a right thing to
Dude,
do because, and then it's like,
who
why
was
can't
he on with recently? It was one of the wrestlers. I'm not sure if it was Hulk Hogan or somebody. I think it might have been Hulk Hogan. Like Hulk Hogan's sitting there, and granted, probably once again, I don't remember if it was him. I just remember thinking this thought: Joe, shut the fuck up and let him talk. Right now, we're discussing what it was one of the wrestlers. Right now, we're discussing what it's like to be a wrestler. And Joe's doing all the talking. I don't want to hear from you, dude. I want to hear from the fucking guy that's been doing this for all these fucking years. The only reason I think it was Hulk Hogan when I was thinking this is because Hulk Hogan didn't talk a whole lot through that,
Hmm.
and I guess Joe has to fill the time. But there was a few moments there where I'm like, why are you talking? Like this isn't we. You have him on because we want to hear from him. But anyway,
No,
I
but
digress.
he was going off. I forget who they were discussing. Like, oh, people shouldn't be on their cell phones. Like, hey, man, can we just enjoy? Let people enjoy our shit. Can we just
Yeah,
enjoy our stuff? Can I just enjoy being lazy? All
yeah.
right. I don't want to. I don't want to be getting up. I don't care if it's gonna make me live long. I don't want to get up and go running. Fuck running. I do little workouts between. Well, not since I've got this Satan virus in me,
Yeah.
but before I was like, I would work out between while I'm waiting for the carrier to pick up, or
Mhm.
I'm on hold or something. I'll do a workout.
Uh,
That's it. But running, nah, I'm not running. I'm not gonna go
yeah. I
hard
actually like
enough.
running. I enjoy I used to before my knees turned into fucking assholes.
See, that's why.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least you could run. I could never run because I always got shin splints.
Oh yeah, no, I never got the shin splint
Yeah,
thing. In fact, I'm not even sure I know what shin splints are. I've heard
because
people describe it to me, and I'm like, that's just fucking soreness. But I don't. So I guess I don't know what
no,
it is.
it's to the point where I can't even walk. Like,
Yeah, I've heard from other people.
but it's because I have flat feet.
Oh, I
And
got the opposite. I got what they call high arches.
oh,
So
okay.
if I make a footprint, like if I like come out of the shower and I step on the wood floor, it's just like a thin fucking ice skate on one side because the rest of my foot is all indented. It's so I got the complete opposite. So I guess maybe that's why I don't get shin splints.
Yeah,
But your shin splints or your flat feet probably took away from the pounding on the knees because that's what I got.
I don't. Good.
I got the knees of a fucking 80-year-old super athlete. Like dude, I run. Even when I liked running, I wasn't doing it all the time. But for some reason, my knees were like, "Fuck this! This is too much."
And
Anyway,
well,
yeah,
because I couldn't run, I would try bicycling.
yeah.
No, my balls would go numb.
Oh,
Like, I
dude,
literally.
yes, dude. I get that all the fucking time. By the way, my microphone is still doing that thing. It's doing it less. Number one, I'm on a different operating system right now. Number two, I upgraded the firmware, so it's definitely the mic. But anyway, dude, yes, I went online. I went all over the place looking for different seats. I kept getting different seats from Amazon and then returning them.
Hmm.
There's these seats that have like it's like a fork at the end at the tip, so your nutsack and your taint and all that just sit in a hole. There's all kinds of different. I tried them all. They all have their own problems, but on a regular bicycle seat, I literally have to like grab my junk to wake it up while I'm
Hmm.
riding. It's like, dude, and it's so uncomfortable. It's the most because all the blood is just, you're just cut off the circulation to your cock.
Now, did that happen to you because when you were younger? Because it never happened to me when I was younger.
No,
I used to go
never.
bike rides forever.
I'll tell you one difference though that I realized. So I used to be on my bike constantly, just
Hmm.
constantly, and
Yeah,
never got tired. By the way,
yeah.
but I guess because we were so used to it. But I remember riding around with my friends for I don't know 8 hours
Hours. Yeah,
straight,
for
and just
hours.
and then getting off the and then I tried to. It was a long time in between, so I got a car. I sold that bike. I got a car, and then didn't ride another bike until I was like 30.
Yes.
And all I did was go from my house to the mailbox to mail a letter,
Wow.
and it's literally half maybe yeah, half a mile. Half a mile. No, well, mailbox, I'm talking about to mail a letter in
Hmm.
the post office mailbox. Half a mile. Halfway through that half a mile, so a quarter of a mile My legs are burning. I'm like, I used to do this all freaking day. But no, here's the thing I realized. The reason that didn't happen when we were kids. Do you remember when you were a kid? You never sat on the seat. You were always standing. At
No,
least I was.
I was sitting on the seat.
I was always standing and pedaling, and you would sit to coast, and then when you want to go fat, you would kind of come off the seat and pedal standing up. Which I'm too old and out of shape to do that today, and too fat. But
I the same thing. I think I got maybe around the block. Next
yeah,
thing you know, it's like, I can't feel my
yeah,
nuts.
yeah,
What the hell?
yeah.
And I'm like, this might not be good.
No, it's not good at all. Like, oh, oh man. See, I don't know. And also you get that turtling effect, which is not
Oh
pleasant,
my
a
god, I
pleasant
hate
feeling.
yes.
Yeah. Where your junk is just like it's pulled the turtleneck over your head, over the head, and it's like, nope, we're gonna pretend we have foreskin today.
I'm
uh
getting like I think I just got off the bike and walked it back to my apartment. I'm
yeah.
like, I got this bike and I gotta walk back.
Yeah.
I was like, this piece of shit.
The other thing I get is I got like some kind of a pinched nerve in so at one point I was riding my bike and my left arm kept going numb. I was like, what the I'm having a heart attack right now on this bike. And it didn't it took me a while to figure it out, but occasionally I would have to take my left hand off of the handlebars and just kind of dangle it and like shake it out because I got some kind of like pinched nerve in my elbow. Getting old is just stupid.
Tell me about it, man. What
Ugh.
was it? What was I watching? I think it was one of those Where Are They Now?
Yeah.
I think it was for I forget what show, but I just know it had a couple of hot chicks. Obviously,
Okay.
had the handsome dudes, and then they showed them like when they were in their 20s, and then they showed them in their 40s and 50s. I'm like, man, time is a bitch,
Oh, dude.
man.
And you,
That was it. That was it was another one, but the one that really bugged me was do you remember Burn Notice?
yes.
Remember Fiona?
Oh yeah, yeah,
How
yeah, yeah.
hot she was,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah.
it's like, ooh,
Oh, I haven't
oh,
seen her
okay,
as
yeah.
older, so I don't want to look that up. Yeah, chicks getting old is depressing. Like
Dude,
dudes getting
it
old is
really
I don't know if it's just my perspective that I don't really care what they look like. So dudes getting old just doesn't it's like, all right, he's fucking older.
well, I kinda look at it because, like, so this dude looks bad older, so I'm not gonna do what he does. This dude
Okay.
looks pretty good older. It's like, okay, I will, like, he'll
Dude.
like, cut the hair short and then do, like, kinda like the Caesar cut
Yeah.
or trim their beard in a certain way to make them look, like, better. Like,
I
one that
remember
I was always like was John Travolta. Like,
okay.
he always kept wearing a wig and so on,
Oh,
and then
really?
one day he was just like, "Forget it," and he shaved his head and got a beard. I was like, "Damn, he looks badass like that." You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
like,
dudes
I'll keep that in mind."
Yeah, dudes gotta shave their head at a certain point,
Yeah.
especially when they're losing like, I got thinning fucking hair. Like, I'm supposed to be bald. I should have been bald, but I discovered Rogaine at some point in my life,
Oh,
and I
you use
used
that stuff?
so I don't use it as directed. I see, I here's the thing, I technically, I shave my head, but I'm always like, "I'm gonna grow it out at some point." So I wanna at least attempt to keep some of it, so I keep using the shit, but you're supposed to use it twice a day. Who wakes up and puts
Twice a
this shit on?
day.
Yeah, you gotta put this stuff on twice a day.
Now, from what I heard, Rogaine causes, dick paralysis. What is it?
Well,
Erectile dysfunction.
only when I'm riding my bike. No, I no, actually, I've never heard that. I've heard
Oh, really?
Propecia, that pill that people take.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that's supposed to kill your sex drive and all that shit. But, anyway, so I don't even know why I use Rogaine. I started using it, and then I just kinda never stopped. But I also discovered here's one thing I noticed. So, like I said, you're supposed to use it twice a day. I just put some in my on my head before I go to sleep. That's all I ever do. I don't even use a whole lot. I just fucking drop it in the spots where I know it's going, and I go to sleep. I do know I had less hair. I actually had less hair when I started using it. So hair came back and shit.
Oh, really? Okay.
But here's the thing I noticed with everything. Everything use as directed. they want you to use that shit up so quick
Yeah.
that you keep buying it.
Yeah.
Because I've been using that for, I don't know, 15 years, at least 15 years, once a day, and it's working just fine. I don't think if I used it twice, it'd make my hair any better. Number one, and that so I look at everything else in life. Like, all right, we got a 2 a day vitamin. I'm sure it's fine once a day. You know what I mean? Like everything is probably you just need the one, unless it's
Hmm.
painkillers, and then have a ball. Ugh.
But that
Anyway,
shit really does work.
it did, yeah.
Okay.
No, it absolutely did. Like if I showed you my head now, you'll see that I'm losing my hair, but I've been losing my hair since I was 25.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally. If I showed you pictures, I probably don't even have pictures anymore. But if I showed you pictures of me when I was 25, I had less hair. So yeah, it actually works. And it's just weird that I'm still doing it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing you. I remember, we didn't really know each other at Vonage.
Uh-huh.
I knew who you were. And
Yeah.
I remember you had like thick hair and stuff. And
Dude.
you're my age. So you were about
Yeah.
in your 30s.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it worked a lot on me. From
Wow.
what I hear, it
Okay.
depends on the person.
Oh, okay.
So it's hard to give up on something when because I was going, look, dude, I was going bald in my early 20s. So, and my father was completely bald. Now I don't care so much. Like if there wasn't anything that would cure it, I'm not going to get a hair transplant. I'm not doing that
Yeah,
stupid
no,
shit.
that's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, and my father was, old school. He just like let it grow. My father my father let his hair grow fall out to the point where I remember as a kid, he had this little ponytail thing growing out of his forehead, like the
What?
hairline, like everything, the horseshoe went, and then right at the hairline, right in the center, was this like buckwheat fucking thing that came out, and the men were different back then. He gave a shit so little that he didn't even decide to shave that off. He's like, it'll go when it goes. I don't care how it looks. This is how I look. But I couldn't do that shit, especially because it was my early 20s. I
Mhm.
started using that, and hair started coming back. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I guess I use this shit now.
Okay.
Um, Now currently, I don't know that I have more hair than I had in the beginning because what's weird is when you get that male pattern baldness, it goes up on the sides, that I don't know what you want to call it, like right around the two sides where you would part your hair,
Mhm.
it starts to creep back. So well, anyway, that's what started happening to me. So I had one side of my head that crept all the way back to like the top of my head, the middle, and the other side was gaining on it. When I started using Rogaine, all that shit kind of filled back in. But now, like my hair, how can I explain it? It's just thin all over the top. Like it's not. I don't know why I'm still using Rogaine because I don't want to grow it out anymore because it's too thin on top. It just doesn't look right. But I do look good with like hair stubble.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I'm just going to keep hair stubble. I'm going to use it to keep hair stubble.
Yeah. Well, you hear what some people do, they tattoo hair
Yeah,
onto
yeah, yeah. It's
their
stupid.
head.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Well,
Uh,
girls like, I just watched this one streamer tattoo her eyebrows. I'm like,
yeah.
"What?" It's like,
Hmm.
"Alright."
Yeah.
To each his own, these crazy beauty standards, man,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
so silly.
Yeah. I know. I know. Like that's the only, I guess, vanity thing that I still hang on to. Like I said, I like the hair stubble. I shave my head completely bald, and then I let it grow for like a month, and the hair stubble grow. Then it gets to a certain length, and I go bald again. But there's a I like bald all the way up through the stubble, and then I got to shave it again.
Mhm,
But it's months of me not having to give a shit.
mhm.
You know what I mean? So, or at least a full month, maybe even 2 months where I don't have to care, and then I shave it.
I don't shave it bald, I shave it like I, like, cut it maybe, like, an inch and just
Yeah.
plop the shit forward, sort of like a Caesar cut, but not as
Yeah, yeah,
perfect
yeah, yeah,
and so on.
yeah. I see.
'Cause
I don't know if I mind. I guess I could still do that. The what I would have missing though is like the top of my head, like the crown all the way in the back,
Mm-hmm.
like in from the front, except for like the the I don't know the little arches in the front or whatever. It would look fine if I did what you're doing, except if you look directly at the top of my head, you'd see it's kind of thin in the middle. But who's looking at the
Yeah.
top of my head?
And dude, there's so many people. Like the one that really got me that went bald. Well, not bald, but really his hair thinned
Mhm.
out a lot was Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
Like there was, I don't know when it was, but he was showing off about, playing with one hand and so on.
Mm,
And I truthfully, I don't know when it was, what stage of his life it was,
yeah.
but his hair was like really thin. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
damn, I didn't, obviously all our heroes grow old and died and so on. But
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
still, I was like, damn, this guy used to have like, Mr. Hair and shit. And he kept it on for a long time. And then
Yeah.
I mean, I
This
don't know if he was doing like super Rogaine or something.
guy, he had to be doing something. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Every dude
Mhm.
I know that
Yeah, no.
went bald early. It didn't just happen. You know what I mean? But then you get to another stage in your life where you start losing hair everywhere. Have you ever seen the dudes whose the hair on the sides and the back of their head is so fucking thin? It
No.
just looks weird.
Uh,
I remember seeing Gene Wilder. Let me see if I could pull up a picture of Gene Wilder. He was on like the Tonight Show, not the Tonight Show, like whatever what the hell was that dude's name? Dave Letterman or something. Let me see. Gene Wilder.
well, you know what? The part that irks my nerve is not losing hair, is where hair grows now. My fucking ears. Like,
Yeah.
what the shit? Like, I get these, like, I'll be itching my ear and I'll feel like a long hair. I'm like, what the hell? And I
Yeah.
yank that shit out. Or when I'm like shaving my head or cutting it really short, I'll see like tufts of ear growing out of my like
So
ear hole. I'm like, oi.
see, that's I always ask people that because I heard when I hear people saying hair grows out of their ears, I always think of the inside of the ear. So yours is growing out of the inside, like the canal,
Not the canal, but like, that little thing where you put
the
your
ridge.
earbuds in,
Yeah.
little dip there.
Okay.
Like it just puffs of hair
So
there. I'm like,
oh wow. See,
or
I get yeah.
or the worst is coming out of your goddamn nose. Cause like
Yeah.
I don't shave all the time, but
Mhm.
when I do, I'll shave, the whole thing. I won't shave it completely. I'll like trim it like really thin.
Yeah.
And I'll notice like, oh my God, what is this caterpillar coming out of my nose?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's so
So,
annoying.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I do something that people find strange with my nose hair. I pluck that shit.
Yeah, see, I heard you're not supposed to do that
Why?
because your nose obviously has snot and bacteria.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you pluck it and, it might
I
bleed or get like a cut in it. And if that bacteria goes in there, it starts affecting your
dude,
nose. It could go into your brain and shit.
I'm sure that's true. However, I've been doing that for the last 15 years
Okay.
and it has not happened yet.
So I
And
got one of
not
those.
only that, I've been doing it so long that most of the hair will not grow back anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Okay.
now it's just occasionally I'll get one fucking long hair, I just gotta yank it.
So I
But,
use one of those hair clippers. It's just I shove it
yeah,
up
I
my
used
nose.
to use that, but the problem with that is
They grow back
yeah, it grows
quickly.
back so quick and longer than it did before.
Yes.
It's like, "Oh, you're gonna cut me, bitch? Watch this," and it just it just starts sprouting. But anyway,
And it come like long and
yes.
this weird wave, S wave. I'm like, because I
Yeah,
used to do that. I used to just yank it out, but it was, I don't know, I guess I don't know how many long before but it kept coming back,
yeah,
even though I'm yanking that shit. And
yeah,
it hurt like a bitch.
yeah. So I don't get the hair like inside the ear. What I get is around the like the top of the ear or the side, like if you ran your hand or your finger around your ear,
The
like the
earlobe,
top and the
like the
side,
top. Yeah.
not the lobe, but the same edge of the lobe. If you follow that along your finger, like the top, I'll get like one fucking hair that if I'm not aware of it, it'll get so fucking long that I start to feel it on my cheek.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah. and I have a couple of those. So all I do is every once in a while, like I'm doing it right now, I just kind of pinch the my ears and to see if I can grab and if I feel it, I'll yank it the
Oh,
fuck
yeah,
out.
I'll yank those fuckers off, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
So
like,
you'll
"What
yank
the
those
hell?"
out.
Yeah, well, it's the ears on the
Yeah,
outside, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's no snot or whatever.
Yeah.
But what if earwax gets in there? It might cause herpes.
These
Um,
are the outer edge of my ear,
yeah.
it's like, "What the hell, man?" It's like, why are you growing hair here?" It's like,
Yeah, I know.
I've never had to trim my ear hairs before,
I know.
you
I
know?
know. Me
And
neither.
even when I was younger, I don't remember trimming nose hairs. I mean, I shave when I was younger, I used to shave completely, and, oh
Th-
my god, that's Gene Wilder?
That's Gene Wilder. It's probably one of
Oh,
his last interviews. But you see how he's thin everywhere? Like it's
mhm.
not just the top, like everywhere. Like if I played it, you would see that the like
Yeah,
you'll
see,
see like spots on the sides and the back that are kind of
10
you know.
seconds, 10 seconds, stop.
Well, all right, but I turned the sound
Okay.
off. But
It
anyway,
doesn't matter, but see, that's when you start, like, trimming that shit short, sort of like, who does it really well? I
who?
forget. I guess kinda like Jason Statham, but
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah,
bald, but even still, he, like, does it bald where it's like, that's a motherfucker, it's just like, "Okay, this guy looks good bald." You know what I mean?
yes, yeah. See, I look halfway decent bald, but I got like an indent in my head on one side.
Ah,
It it
of
looks like somebody
course.
it looks like somebody cracked me with a pipe in the head and it just fucking like it's just an indent. But I don't know. It gives me character, but it's not I
Like,
I don't
it
care.
you couldn't be Vin Diesel looking bald, right?
No.
You know what I mean?
No. No, no,
You
no.
know? Like, there was one guy that was on the Howard Stern show, he was a black dude, that when he shaved his
Mm.
head had ridges on the top.
Oh,
I forget
yeah.
his name. I'm just like, "Oof,
Dude,
man."
yeah, and then there's those dudes that get, like, the package of hot dogs on the back of their neck.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. I've seen skinny dudes with that, like, it's not
Yeah,
just
I
fat.
know.
I don't know what that
It's
is.
weird.
Yeah, but
Yes. Well, it's like those girls that are really thin, but they
mhm.
have, like, a gut. It's like,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Or their
Uh,
legs look, like some girls have they're thin. Well, it's I guess it's when, you get old, your legs are thin, but they look like the skin is hanging off. The
mhm.
worst the worst was I went to Panama years ago,
Yeah.
and there was this the woman must have been, like, 50 years old, but she was thin,
Mhm.
but she was wearing a thong, and when she got up, her ass was sagging. You know, how,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
old tits sag? Her ass
Mhm.
was sagging like that. I was like, "Oh, oh my god." It's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, getting old sucks, man."
Dude, and it just goes downhill. We've
Yes.
talked about this before, but whenever I'm taking care of my mom and stuff, and whenever I see what she's going through, I'm like, why am I trying to live so long? I don't
Seriously.
understand. I mean, you got me some hope thinking about like AI and all that shit. But
Dude, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm just trying to stay alive long enough that they
yeah,
can download my brain into a computer, and then they can, hopefully another 100 whatever years, they perfect Cylon bodies,
yeah,
the cyborg bodies, and
mhm.
then transfer me to that, you
Dude,
know,
I'm still not going to be an
is
early adopter. I'm going to wait until they perfect that shit. I'm going to wait until they perfect that shit to the point, and then
but
I'm
the
going to
thing
wind
is,
up being left behind.
yes, that's just it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, what if you're like, "Okay, we've got it," and then you're like, "Okay, jump me in." It's like, "Oh, he died of a heart attack. Too bad,
yeah,
so sad." It's like,
yeah,
at least if you're an early adopter, you can, hang in there.
yeah. By the way, so this isn't me. You would know that, but nobody else does. But basically, this before and after was basically me, except this guy's got a little bit more left here. This is the sides. This is what I was talking about.
Mhm.
That right there and that. Oh wait, I'm pointing at the wrong screen. That right there and that right there is
Oh,
was
yeah,
how
okay.
my shit was going. And
Yeah.
then when you remember me, I wasn't quite as much here, but or maybe I
Oh, dude,
was.
you were close, man. That's how
Yeah,
I remember you
yeah, yeah.
at,
No, that's
at
what Rogaine did for me.
Vonage.
Yeah,
Verizon,
this
you started cutting it really short.
yes. Yeah, and now I just shave it all off. But yeah, this is almost about what I look like before Rogaine, and then you remember me after. And
Hmm.
by the way, I'd been using it for quite a while, but after you seen me. But anyway, so that shit worked. At least it did on me. I heard some people use it and it doesn't work.
Yeah, of
But
course.
my doctor kept wanting me to take the Propecia crap.
Hmm.
He's like, yeah, no, well, Rogaine it dries out your scalp, and I'm like, look, this is
Who gives
working.
a shit?
The other one gives you impotence. I'm not switching. That's just not going to happen.
Wait, you need a prescription for
Yeah,
Rogaine?
Propecia,
Really?
you need a
No,
well,
no, Rogaine.
no. Rogaine you buy right off the shelf.
Ah, okay.
Rogaine you buy. Propecia you need a prescription.
Get
So of
the
course that's why he wants to put me on it
yeah,
because he
of
gets some
course.
kind of
He gets a
kickback or some
kickback.
shit. No, I buy my Rogaine at fucking Costco's. I
Okay.
do. I do. Not only that, it's it's Kirkland brand.
There's a
if you
Kirkland version?
if you read I can't. I don't know
I
if
mean,
this
I
is.
know it's all the same shit, but I just didn't
Yeah,
know there was a Kirkland version.
yeah. There's a Kirkland version. There's a
Okay.
Kirkland version. It's like half the price of the regular one.
How
And
much is that
if
shit?
I don't remember now,
Oh,
I could look it up on Amazon. Hang on a second, because sometimes I grab it from Amazon. Let me see. But but if you read the bottle, I believe at one point the bottle said like who makes Rogaine? I think it is uh hang on, I'm trying to find the thing that I buy from. Anyway, it's probably not worth the dead air to find it on here. But anyway, on the bottle, it said, I don't know if it still does, Kirkland brand said, bottled by, and it had the
yeah,
same company name.
yeah.
So all it is a different label.
Everything like you heard about
Yeah.
sunglasses, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, go
Right, so
ahead.
it's the same thing. I mean, well, all sunglasses are made by one company in China, and they just rebrand it. I mean,
Yeah.
sort of like what our company does. You know, we buy service and we've rebranded as our company name and so on.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So $17 for a 3-month supply.
oh, that's it?
$17 for 3-month supply, but that's a 3-month supply using it twice a day.
Oh.
So I get 6 months out of that shit.
Well, maybe that's why it's like maybe if you use more, it'll grow more. Oh, but then
I,
again, you said you don't care.
well, not only that, I mean, it's not that I don't care. If I thought using it a second time during the day would get me back to where I was when you met me,
Mhm.
maybe, but I don't think it will.
Oh, okay.
But well, first of all, using it once a day, like back then, I wasn't using it twice a day. Back then, when you knew me, I went from that image I showed you to what you knew me as, and that was only using once a day.
Oh,
So
okay.
how much more hair do I want? you know, but
I just now, do you have to wear gloves to put it on? Because I mean, does it give you hairy palms?
well, okay. So they tell you to wear gloves. I did that for like the first year,
Uh-huh.
and then you know how it goes. You just get lazy. Just
Uh-huh.
apparently there's too many calluses on your fingertips
Oh, okay.
for you to because I've
That would
it's
be hilarious.
yeah I finally get hairy palms, but not for the reason I was warned about.
Seriously.
Yeah. So it's just a dropper, and you start dropping, but then you take your other hand and you just kind of move it around on the top of your head. And I've been doing that for, like I said, 15, 20 years. Actually, if I started when I was like 25, yeah, dude, over 20 years.
Oh,
Over
so
20
you
over
gotta
20 years I've been getting that shit on my hand, and I haven't grown hairy
oh,
palms.
so you just gotta like drop it on your head and like
Yeah.
massage it in for like how long?
Oh, it literally takes me a minute and a half.
Oh, okay.
It's you don't have to like rub it in. The only reason you're even touching it is because you're trying to spread it around.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're not massaging it in or anything. But if I'm bald, I have to kind of touch it just to keep it from dripping straight down the sides of my head. But if I have like the stubble going, all I have to do is just kind of guide it around the right areas.
Okay.
It literally takes me. I'm not even exaggerating or exaggerating. It takes me a minute and a half.
So you drop it in, you don't wash your hair after, you just leave it in?
No, you're supposed to leave it in.
Okay.
In fact, I think you might have to. But you might have supposed to. I'm not sure what I'm saying. Have it supposed to have. you you're probably supposed to wash your hair first. But what?
Ah, okay.
Which I just whenever I'm about to go to bed, I just fucking drop it in there. I do it at the same while just before or after I brush my teeth. I drop it in there and I go to sleep.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even take too long. But
And does it stink like ass? Because
it smells like alcohol.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was living with my girl. I mean, I liked her with straight hair. I mean, it's
Mhm.
just a me thing. I like straight hair, and she decided she wanted to get curly hair, so she got a perm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that stench, man! I'm like,
Oh yeah, I know that
you
smell.
gotta sleep on the other side, sweetheart, because
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
god, that medicine-y smell, like you
Yeah,
smell it
yeah.
when you walk by any hairdresser.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this even my cat was like, fuck this. He slept in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
because he
yeah, yeah.
always used to sleep on top of her head. And he's like,
Well,
fuck
plus
this, and
well,
slept
plus
in
the
the
hair
living room.
stinks for, like, days later too, like, it never
Yes.
really washes out. Yeah, yeah.
And it's like you look like a, a Raggedy Ann. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why women do that so much. Like, do they not realize that men don't give that much of a shit? Like, long hair, that's all I care about. Well, then okay, then again, I don't know what women would look like if they didn't do all that shit. Because have you known dudes with long hair that shouldn't have long hair?
Aside from
Like,
George Carlin?
well, okay, I had long hair when I was in college. It's
Yeah.
around the time I
Well,
started losing it,
you
as a matter
remember
of
when
fact.
I had long
Yes.
hair?
Yeah. So, but you looked fine. I can tell you that I'm not supposed to have long hair because, well, first of all, I started growing it out around the time I started losing it, so that wasn't good.
Mhm.
But so probably like I would have wound up like George Carlin if I kept my hair growing. But no, I kept my hair growing and not used Rogaine. But what I have is I have um, regular. I'm just going to say it, white guy hair on the top of my head and down the back. On the sides around my ears, I have an Italian afro.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know why it's curly there and
Ah,
straight everywhere else.
uh-huh.
So my choice was to just put it back in a ponytail all the time, which is what I used to do when I had long hair, or get like straightener, which I was not going to do.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
was not going to do that shit. Though I did toy with it. I did buy it at one point. I did toy it because I sort of liked. I didn't keep the long hair that long. I kept it long enough to pull it back into a
Mhm.
ponytail because I'm like, once all I kept thinking is once I could pull it back into a ponytail, then I could pull it in a ponytail and let it grow and it'll be fine. It'll straighten out just from the length and I'll look like a rocker. That's all I gave a shit about. But I it never worked out. I wound up having to shave it.
See, I let it grow because I was just so tired of constantly
I was
cutting
yeah,
my hair.
that was part of it too.
Yeah. Because I used to have this elaborate I don't know, did you ever see The First Blade?
Yeah.
Remember Frost?
Deacon Frost. Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Uh-huh.
remember how he had his hair? He had it short in the back and long in the front?
I
I
don't I don't really remember that. I'd
uh,
have to look them up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
had that kind of haircut. That's but what up and I had it for a couple of years. What a pain in the ass that was to keep it like that. Because it couldn't be too long, because when it got too long, it got like weird. So I had to need keep it like not bangs. If I cut it too short, it looked really dumb. It's
Yeah.
just like so I just let it grow because I was kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. But
I gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I like maybe I could have pulled that off, but when I started growing my hair out, like this is what the top of my head would look like in terms of the texture of the hair, straight and kind of
Mhm.
wavy. And then out on the sides, just poof, poof, two big fucking cotton balls. It was basically metallic on the top and welcome back Carter on the sides.
So I used to just shave the side of my head, but then getting to the back, it was like because I couldn't see anything,
Yeah.
and I used to try getting my girl to cut it, and she'd messed it up big time. I'm like, what are you doing? You just
Hmm.
you just go up. And look, it's all patchy. I'm like, I'm gonna choke you. So, but
Yeah. Well,
then
anyway, but that was going to be my point, though. Because I had that hair, I
mhm,
assume chicks have a similar problem. There are
right.
chicks with my head of hair that have to be
Ooh.
like, I have to straighten this because it looks dumb. I mean, they have to. There's got to be chicks out there like that. Probably chicks, part Italian, part Irish, like me. They got the Irish on the top and the Italian on the sides.
Well, I was always partial to straight hair. I could never stand curly hair.
Hmm.
Like well, that could be why I like per uh I can't even think of that word. A more affliction towards Asian girls because they got that straight black hair,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
And it's like,
yeah,
no, leave it dark. Don't do the blonde shit. I hate when they, bleach their hair blonde. Drives me nuts.
dude. Yeah. Have you ever met a chick that bleaches their mustache blonde?
Wait, what?
I didn't date any of them, but I remember Jewish chick. It's both Jewish and Italian. They get that little bit of hair, and instead of shaving it, they bleach it. I'm like, just shave it.
Oh,
The problem is that if they shave it, it'll grow more,
yeah,
just
it'll
like your
grow
nose
back.
hair.
I
Yeah.
remember going to the pier in our state
Mm.
and was hanging with my friend and my girl, and there was this girl behind us, and she had like a full on beard, like a goatee kind of thing. I'm like, I couldn't stop staring
Wow.
at my girl, kept punching me. It's like, stop staring. I'm like,
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
see that? She's got like a
Yeah.
full beard. It's like, it
Yeah.
was the weirdest thing. Like, I know girls have the, the slight tuft of hair, you know what I mean, on their sides and so, but this girl had a beard. I was
Oh,
like,
I've never seen
wow.
that. Yeah.
Or you ever see
Um,
the girls with like the thin layer of hair on their back and their arms? Like the
dude, I'm so yes.
it's like,
You
ugh.
once sent me a picture of Alyssa Milano's forearms, I think,
No,
and
no,
I was
I'm
just
not talking about forearms. I'm talking like she was this one girl was wearing like a spring dress where it's just the spaghetti straps, and she just had like this fine layer of black hair all over her back, all over her shoulder, all over her upper arms. I'm like,
yeah.
ooh, you need to shave the bitch down
What
and
do you mean
teach
by
her how to walk.
upper arms? Upper arms?
Upper arms, like,
But they have it all over the forearms too, and then it grows
yeah,
up there. Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's Italian women.
Ugh, eh,
It's just the way it is, my friend. But
well,
for what I assume you've never seen this movie just from knowing you, but I was gonna bring up The Wedding Singer.
I've seen the movie,
Okay.
but I only saw it
It
once,
just it just reminded me of Sideburns lady. Now you have seen chicks, it doesn't look like this. You have
Mhm,
seen chicks that have like the sideburns, kind of like a little more of a spiky thing.
mhm.
And I mean
Well,
that's
I
okay, I guess,
is
but
that a woman or is that a dude pretending to be a woman?
I have no idea. It doesn't matter. I just brought it up to because you were talking about a full beard. I mean that's no that's definitely a dude because that's a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Its hair is weird, dude. I
like,
don't know.
it's like, just stay on my head, like, on top of my head. Like,
Yeah,
what's with the ear shit and in the nose?
I
Like, I
know.
can handle the beard,
Yeah.
the mustache and the beard,
Well,
but
speaking of hairy people, are like my Italian women. I'm a fucking gorilla. You've never seen me with my shirt off, and God forbid you ever do.
yeah, thank
But
you. Thank you for
but
not having
I'm
that image in my
basically a
head.
gorilla. You remember George the Animal Steel?
Yes. Oh my god,
That's
that
what my back looks like.
oh!
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna look him
oh
up
boy.
uh,
Oh my god,
because
no, I had,
people
like,
need
the
to know.
hair of course, I had the patchy chest, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't have,
Hmm.
like, either the hair or no hair, I had the patchy shit, like, my beard grows in pretty nice, but,
Okay. Yeah.
like, the chest hair, it's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm not as bad as George the
I
Animal
was gonna
Steel
say,
now that I
that dude
realize.
was brutal.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me bring him up though, because for the people that have no clue who we're talking about.
Yeah, this wrestler is
So
old school.
yeah, so I'm not as bad as this, but all if you let me find a picture of his back. Hang on a second.
Yeah, his back was some vicious shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He always went after Miss Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth was like, okay, just
yeah.
don't kill me, please."
Miss Elizabeth. Oh, that was Macho Man's chick.
Hmm.
Uh, there we go.
Oh, well, apparently she was a lot of people's. Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
See, I'm
remember
not as bad as that, but
that.
I have that shit. Like I have it all down my back, but not quite as bad as that. Actually, I gotta look at my back. I haven't seen it in so long. It might look like that now. But I back
I,
in the day when I gave a shit, I
is
used
it
to
is
what?
it that nice and brown, or is it patchy like with grays and shit?
Oh, I don't even like I said, I haven't
Oh,
seen it.
okay.
I haven't seen it in forever. Back in the day when I gave a shit, I used to use the man groomer thing, the bit thing that looks like a back scratcher.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically a battery powered thing. You open it up like and you use it like a back scratcher. And I used to just get rid of all the hair, which that thing did fine for like 2 days, and then you were like, God damn it, and you're all itchy. If you let it go for too long, like you wait a week to use that shit, for some reason your back hair just grows like crazy. If you
Uh,
wait too long to use
uh,
that, you can't lay in the bed on your back anymore because you're just like rolling around like, oh fuck, it's so itchy.
of course it does.
Yeah,
It's so annoying.
yeah. Doing all of that for pussy.
Seriously.
That's the only reason I did it, and I haven't that's that just shows you how much I don't give a shit anymore.
It's
I
that's
don't
that's
manscape anything anymore.
that's why getting old is so awesome, because you just don't give a fuck
No,
anymore.
no.
That's the best. Like, people say, "Oh, getting old sucks. Don't get old. It's so I don't know what those motherfuckers are talking about, man."
Now, the
Like,
one thing I do though, I still do occasionally. Well, first of all, I don't shave. I just use trimmers,
mhm,
and
yeah,
yeah, and I take like a number 3 and I just
mhm.
go all over my face. I will get the neck part and the part that
Yes.
grows up to your eyeball. So
Mhm.
I'll get that stuff. But when I do that, occasionally I'll take a number 12 and I'll just go over my eyebrows
A
because
number 12?
yeah. Well, because you don't
Jesus.
want to cut your eyebrows down to
Wait,
nothing.
okay, wait, hang on. What kind of razors? Because see, I use hair clippers. So a number 3 is about a couple of,
Okay.
like, quarter of
So
an inch, and so
no,
I
no, you're
when you
using
say number
full
12,
yeah,
I'm like,
you're using full hair clippers. I'm
"Okay,
using like I guess you call it a mustache trimmer or beard trimmer.
okay."
So a number 3 is actually pretty damn close. It's just above stubble, number 3.
Okay. See, for
So
me, that would be, like, just without anything.
oh,
Like,
okay.
I pull the thing back so, like, there's, like, a little space between the edges of the
Yes.
clippers
Yes.
and so
Yeah.
on, and,
But
get
but I'll get the eyebrow thing, and back in the day when I was a kid, I remember watching the old movies of the '80s. Remember the dudes like Ed Asner and shit when you'd see them on TV, and they'd have these eyebrows that just look like it.
okay, that's the one thing that I was given good.
Okay,
Like, I don't have the unibrow. I've
yeah,
never trimmed
that
my
I don't have.
eyebrows ever. I
Yeah.
do have one crazy hair on one of my eyebrows that just goes super long and wonky. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yes.
And that's the only thing I do with my eyebrows is pluck that one single hair. No, I do
So
nothing else with my eyebrows,
so I
thankfully.
used to
That's the
get
one thing God gave me. It's like,
dude.
"Okay, we're gonna
So
bless you with
I
that
never
little
got
bit."
I never had the unibrow thing. I've never plucked my eyebrows. I don't do any of that shit. However, I used to get this one hair that would start in the middle and grow all the way to the other side. So that if I was to like pick it up, I would be able to stretch it out like an inch and a half away from my face. Anyway, since I've gotten older, a few more of them have gotten that long. So I'll just take that number 12 and just go and just to make sure that never. By the way,
Mhm.
I never knew to do that, but one day I was sitting, I was getting my
Oh,
hair
yeah.
cut. I was getting my hair cut. This shocked the hell out of me, and I was actually slightly annoyed by it because I'm sitting there and this chick is cutting my hair. This 20-something-year-old chick is cutting my hair. This is back when I used to get my hair cut. Back when you first met me. Um, anyway, she's cutting my hair, and the next thing I know, she takes the comb, puts it in my eyebrows, and just goes across with the scissors across the comb to cut my eyebrow. Like, she didn't even ask me. She's like, I don't want to hear it. These are fucking going.
She should have.
And I was slightly annoyed by it. I was like, bitch, what are you doing? But the great thing about getting old is because eventually you just don't give a fuck.
Oh my, see, yeah, no, see,
This
that's
dude's like, I
that's
don't
way too
care
much. I
anymore.
don't give a fuck. That's too far,
Now,
man.
now is this
There's a
sideburn?
limit to my I don't give a fuck.
Now, is this sideburn a continuation of the eyebrows or ear hair that's growing right here?
Well, what I think is funny is he lets all that shit grow, and meanwhile he's clean shaved.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's a face
exactly.
where you don't shave. Like, look at all those, like, trying to get in
No,
those creases
yeah,
in
no, I
there.
would have stopped shaving a long time ago.
Seriously,
If at the well, first of all, I don't really shave now, but at the point where you have to stretch your skin in
seriously.
order to shave with a safety razor, then it's time to just start letting it grow out.
And you know
But
what? You know what I heard is, and this is awful. Your ears and your nose just continue to grow as you get older.
and they grow in the grave too,
Yeah,
probably.
and it's like, damn, man, you
Wait, did
get
you say
old.
your ears themselves? That's what you're
The
saying.
ears themselves
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
nose continue to
Yep,
grow
dude.
until the day you
I
die. It's
got
like,
that. I got that Roman nose, what they call a
boy,
Roman nose, which
uh-huh.
is basically a Jewish nose that Italians get.
Mm-hmm.
And it yeah, get offended, people. I don't give a shit. But I mean, yeah,
Watching your
I
face.
don't, well, because I touched my nose. I touched my nose, and my character flips out if it can't see my face. That's what happens when you get anti-Semitic on this podcast. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to wind up with that Howard Stern beak at
Oh
some
yeah,
point.
Jesus
Actually,
Christ.
the fact that I wear glasses takes away from it a little bit because I didn't used to wear my glasses. With my glasses, because they, kind of take the top of your nose out a little bit, it just gives the illusion that my nose is smaller than it is. I take that shit off, and it's like I'm wearing. It's basically it's the opposite of those glasses with the nose attached. I take the glasses off, and the nose grows. But,
Now you bring up Howard Stern.
oh.
Okay, I mean, I'm trying
Oh,
to
by the
find
way,
one of the good
you do know
pictures.
Howard Stern had surgery on his nose, right?
No, I don't even care about his nose. Okay, fuck it, fuck his nose. I'm trying to find like a recent. I think
But
this
the
might have
thing
been.
about Howard Stern having surgery on his nose is this is a dude that made fun of everybody in Hollywood about their
Okay,
plastic surgery.
give me just 1 second. Oh,
Yeah.
come on, just give me the image. I just fuck it. Okay, is it up?
Yeah.
I just want the picture. I don't want the whole thing because
Oh,
see now it's too. Let me see if I can. Does this work if I do this?
control scroll. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that worked. All right.
yeah.
Yeah, this is good enough. All right. First off, it's like, dude, your beard is giving away that you've got grays.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And he's a dude that
So
he actually says, I remember him saying this. I don't dye my hair at all. I don't dye.
yeah,
But he also
uh,
said he never got a nose job until one day he admitted he got a nose job.
but not only does he have like perfectly colored hair, even though his beard is all gray,
Yeah.
he's got that permy.
Oh, yeah. And
He's
we
got
all
that permy look.
yeah, and
It's
we all
like,
know that's not how his hair is naturally.
real. Wait, really? It's not.
No, because that's
So
not
is that a
that's
wig or is that his real hair? See, I thought it was a wig.
okay.
I honestly,
Hang on a second. Did you stop talking or did your mic go out?
no, you said, hang on.
Hang on, because I'm going to show you. This is young Howard Stern.
Let me get rid of this shit.
Yeah.
Move. Okay.
So this is young Howard Stern, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's not that curl you just showed me is not natural unless he straightened it back then.
Yeah.
So
And,
it doesn't get curlier
but
as you get older.
is that his real hair?
Well, who the hell
'Cause
knows? Here's one thing. You
look
can
at the
see
one,
you
look at the
hang
one
on.
to the left of that.
No, I get it. Well, actually,
No,
this is what
yeah,
Howard
that one.
Stern. Yeah,
That one, yeah.
that's what Howard Stern looked like before he put on the persona to pretend he was
Mhm,
someone he wasn't. But you see how you can see a little bit of scalp here on
mhm.
your image. I don't see much scalp. You might be right. That's
Like,
probably a wig.
yeah, this was wondering, but, I mean, those curls are perfect, you know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
are some perfect curls right there, and perfectly colored, it's like, dude.
Well, take a look at that image, because you can kind of picture what he's supposed to look like without that wig or whatever it is. Here's a picture of Howard Stern's father. Hang on, open that.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I just, like, started just cutting my hair short. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna be one of these guys who's trying to, like, I need to continue being pretty and young looking.
Well,
It's
that's
like,
the
man,
thing. That's who that dude is. Stern. Okay,
give me these manly motherfuckers that are just like,
look
fuck it,
look
shave
at
the
this
head,
face.
you know?
Look at this face. Picture
Oh
what he
boy,
would look like without that wig,
oh boy.
and that's what he would look like without that
That's
wig. Look
oh
look,
my god.
dude, look.
Yes.
That's the
Holy
same dude.
shit.
That's his
So
father.
Howard Stern is bald.
He's
He's wearing a
completely bald.
fucking wig.
He's
Oh
totally
my
bald.
god.
He has to be. He
I thought
has to
that
be.
was Howard Stern for a second
It's
there.
that's Howard Stern, what he should look like without the wig. That's what his father. Yeah, dude, there's no
Oh my
way.
god.
There's no way that's
Yup.
his real hair. Absolutely no way.
So I thought maybe
At
he
the
just,
very
like, got it
least,
short or something and just wanted
no.
the way he's like, "Nope."
At the very least, like you said, he's absolutely gray in his beard. He should be gray. Though, okay, I currently have patches of gray in my beard and no gray. I'm not as old as him, and no gray on my head. But there's no way you get that gray and then all of this is just jet black.
Would you do that? The coloring of your beard?
No, fuck
Uh,
that. Well, first of all, how long could that last?
Seriously,
I mean, I have to shave.
every day,
Yeah,
literally, if I was gonna keep it,
if yeah,
because if I shave my beard completely, I've
mhm,
got growth at the end of the day.
yeah,
So it's like, dude, you guys who color your beards, it's like, do you do it, like, every
they
minute or
have to.
something?
They
It's
have
like
to. There's no way they don't. There's no way they don't.
I was like,
But
now I understand why The Rock shaves everything.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Like, he shaves
that's
his
on the
head.
other end. That's on the other end of the spectrum. That's like if you're trying to get your body dolphin smooth, there's something wrong with you. Like I understand. I guess if I looked like him and I was a movie star, maybe I'd do the same thing. But for a regular dude to be shaving your shit,
Well, he does it because he's got there was I think when he was begging for money from Maui, he
mhm.
had the goatee and it was all gray and stuff. And then,
uh,
the last movie that I saw him in, he had the beard. I think it was one of the Fast and Furious. He had the beard and it was all black, but you could tell it was like The Rock. Well, I never really saw The Rock with a beard until
mhm.
that movie came out because he was always kind of clean shaven when he
Yeah,
wrestled
yeah.
and so on. But it was like really like that soul glow greasy beard. I was like,
Oh wow.
so either he's wearing Soul Glow on his beard or it's like wet from just being dyed and shit.
I think maybe the dye makes your skin look like, or your sorry, your hair look shiny. So
Eh,
it's not actually wet. It's just the shininess of
yeah.
the dye. Yeah, no, I can't do that shit. As a
Yeah, I
matter of
couldn't
fact,
do
dude,
it.
I was growing my beard out because I want to see what I look like with a gray beard.
Mhm.
Because and so I got the opposite thing. I have two gray like patches around my cheek area, like just under the sideburns and down my cheek, and then it's black here, black right after that, and then gray in the goatee. All I'm thinking is if I had a long ass, like fucking, what do you call it? I'm trying to remember the name of the band. uh
ZZ
ZZ
Top.
Top, thank you. If I had a long ass ZZ Top beard, that might look cool with just the
Mhm.
gray streaks going down the sides and then the gray in the middle.
So
So I want to do the opposite. I actually had to, and it's probably not worth it anymore with the way this thing works. I had to start clipping it again. I was literally going to grow it out as long as I possibly could, but my face capture software
yeah.
shit stopped working.
That's one of the reasons I went to the LiDAR version of on the iPhone,
Yeah, yeah.
because remember when I had my previous avatar, it used a face mesh,
Yep.
but my mustache is dark
Yep.
and my chin is gray.
Yeah.
So it used to think my mouth was constantly open.
Yes.
I was like,
Yeah.
God damn it. So I had to like, I had like a good beard going and
Yeah.
so on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I literally I had I was growing it. I I can't even tell, like, it takes so long. As long as it as quick as it grows when you're shaving it and you have to shave it. When you're trying to grow it, you're like, God damn, I haven't shaved in like I haven't trimmed or shaved in 2 months, and it's not even an inch yet. Like, how is that possible?
oh, really? My shit grows like a weed,
No,
man.
mine got to a certain point. It'll grow like a weed up to a certain point, and then it started to slow down. So I don't know what that was, but anyway, I my plan was not to shave for a couple of years, and I just uh, like I said, my video capture software just stopped working. Like, it's working crap now, but it was worse when I was growing it all out.
Well,
Here's the other thing I was trying to figure out. When I was growing it, what I started doing was I started to try and instead of like trim the top lip, what I was trying to do is just kind of, use my fingers with like a little bit of oil or something, and just kind of push it to the side, because I wanted the option of doing handlebar. Because that's your two options. You either trim so the rest of your beard is long as hell and your mustache stops at your upper lip, or you keep pulling it to the side until you go handlebar.
say this. Let me bring him up where he had the good fucking beard, man. This
Mhm.
motherfucker. There we go. That's a good beard. This is the beard that I fucking wanted. But
Yeah,
oh,
yes,
it's
yeah,
already up. All right, never mind. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I don't know if you ever watched wrestling, but Triple H used to have like he used to have this beard all the time. This
yeah.
one. This was him.
Oh,
And this
okay.
was what we're
I did
used
that
to
for a
and
while too.
shit.
Yeah, yeah,
And then he went the full on Kratos. I was
yeah.
like, how the fuck does this guy look better bald with the beard than
Yes,
before, man? I was like,
that's
damn,
dude.
I want that beard and I could
That's the
do
look I
it.
was going for. The
Uh
bald head with the beard.
huh.
I would have had the gray on the cheek there, and then the
Hmm.
gray in the middle. It would have been awesome.
Now the
Zoom in.
problem is
Okay.
to keep it like that is such an act.
I know. Well, here's the thing. In order to keep it like that, you got to keep trimming the sides. You see how the
Uh-huh.
sides are all short? And zoom into his top lip.
Come
He's
on.
not going handlebar. He's cutting it off at the lip. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you. That's it. Didn't zoom in. It just
What?
got small.
Oh, what the hell? God damn it. This I'm on a different I'm on
Maybe
a
I think you got to
different
click on this picture
hold
or
on.
something, or bring it up to.
Is it all right? Let me get the one that I'm on now.
I'm pretty sure he's cutting it off at the lips with the mustache. But to me, when you do that
There we go.
and the
Uh,
beard,
there we go. It's like,
yes. Oh, I can't even tell if he's pushing that shit to the side
yeah,
or if he's going if he it doesn't he might not be trimming it. He might be letting it go to the point, because there's a certain point where the beard gets so long. Like I said, I was going
mhm.
to go as long as I could. I wanted to be able to grab take both hands and kind of grab it and
Grab
wring.
the
I want to
the chin part.
grab the chin.
Yeah, yep,
I want to
yes.
be able to wring the soup I just ate out of it.
Oh,
That's what I want.
here's another like as
Well,
per people get older, like this is a motherfucker that no matter how old he
mhm,
was a bad motherfucker.
yeah.
This motherfucker,
Oh yes, yeah.
like this
Now
guy is
he
bald.
just
He
went
had the
permanently.
beard, yeah, but even
He just
still,
trimmed it the same length all the time. Like that's trimmer.
yeah, he had the fucking crown,
Yeah,
and
we
he
can't see
still
that.
was a bad motherfucker. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And I forget. Oh, The Rock.
Smacking bitches and everything.
What was that one? What was that one video movie that was called? Oh God, it was with Wesley Snipes.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, what was
Rise of
that
the
movie? Yeah, Rising Sun.
Rising Sun, yeah.
That was when I was. They're not gonna show it. Fuck. Wait, under images. Yes, yeah,
There you go. There you go. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that like what when if I'm like, and this movie came out when I was like
He's
in
got
my
the monk
20s.
haircut
Yeah,
going.
93. 1993.
Yeah,
I was 18, graduate. I
yeah,
was like, if I get older, that's how I want to fucking look like. Cause
yeah.
Even old, it's like this is a bad
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the opposite of Howard Stern. That dude's just
Yes.
letting it go. His eyebrows are like, fuck you, I ain't going gray. uh anyway.
But
That's a
like
movie I haven't seen in a long ass time.
what? Rising
Rising
Sun?
Sun,
Oh,
yeah.
that's the book was amazing.
Yeah.
That was one of those movies that the movie was just as good as the book.
Oh,
Even though
okay.
it didn't really get into like all the really nuances of the book, the
Mhm.
movie was still amazing. I was like,
Yeah.
God damn. Like some of them, like the disclosure one got it all wrong. But even
Oh,
though
okay.
the movie really didn't, it got kind of like the overview from the book, but it was
Mhm.
still amazing. But I think that's just Sean Connery. It's just
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
a bad, like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a
Yes.
stupid
Yes,
movie.
I was just gonna
It's
say.
stupid, but it's still awesome because Sean Connery is just a
Oh,
bad
Rising Sun
motherfucker in
is
it.
Michael Crichton. Okay.
What was that? Oh
I
yeah,
was just looking it up. It's Michael Crichton. I was
yeah.
gonna say for some reason I was gonna say Tom Clancy, but I was like, nah, that
No,
doesn't seem exactly like Tom Clancy.
yeah.
But
Michael
anyway,
Crichton had some great fucking books, man.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever he's got some great movies. I don't think I've ever read his books.
Like Jurassic Park
Mhm.
was 100 times better in the book.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the book was just insane.
It
Like
now is it because your imagination is just
no, no, no,
making
no,
the or
no,
is
no.
it
I read the book after the movie,
oh,
and I
that's
loved the movie. I thought the movie
okay.
was amazing.
Yeah, that's
Then when
great.
I read the book, I was like, God damn! It was sort of like watching like all the special extra features,
Oh,
that made it.
so it had extra it had extra well, obviously it's a book, it's gonna have extra
Yeah.
shit in there, but like extra plot stuff and extra
Oh yes.
yeah, okay.
Like first off, Hammond, is it
Yeah.
Hammond?
Hammond, you're right,
Wasn't
yeah.
a good guy in the book.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like they killed him in the book.
Yeah.
Spoiler, but the fucking book's old as fuck. But he was a douchebag in the book.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I could also see how why they wanted to make him more likable for the
Hmm.
movie,
Yeah.
but, because, actually he lived through that, didn't he? Did he live
Oh,
through the movie? He
the
did.
movie. Yes, he made
Yeah,
it
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah,
He survived. He made
yeah.
it to the third movie. I think. Was he in the third
I
movie?
know he was in
I
the
think so.
second one,
Yes,
but
he
I don't
was
know
in the
about the
second one.
third. But, he was in the second no, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I'm
he was in
thinking
the
of
second one.
he was with
Yes,
Jeff
I know that.
Goldblum.
Yes, where they took out what's his face,
Yeah, the
Sam Neill's character,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
people shit on the third one. I love the third one, like when it was the
Oh,
Tyrannosaurus
dude,
Rex versus
the
the.
part dude, the part when the phone starts ringing,
Oh yes,
I love that
yes,
part. That
and
was
they turn
amazing.
around and they just see the
Yes,
dinosaur just
and he's
stand there
just
like
standing there
fucking
like a creep.
Godzilla. I'm like,
Yes.
oh shit,
Oh, that was so good. I love that part so much.
yes.
Like, do you get where's the phone? And then you just hear "Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do," or whatever the
Man,
ringtone was. Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah, I like the third one too. Second one was okay.
yeah, the second one was
They kinda went to shit after that.
yeah.
I didn't like any of the,
Oh, the world ones? No, the world
no,
ones were.
no. I mean, it's just eye candy at some point. Like,
Mhm.
it's just big dinosaurs. So it's not like it's kinda like pizza. It's
Uh-huh.
even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. That's what a Jurassic Park movie is because it's just eye candy, these big dinosaurs fighting each other and shit. But it would nothing compared to the first couple, especially the first one. The first one was
Mhm.
amazing. But
And
anyway,
you know what I actually heard was is really good, but I can't watch subtitles.
mhm.
That new Godzilla -1.
I haven't seen any of it.
Oh, dude. I'm here because I see clips of it. I'm like, God damn, this looks really good.
Yeah,
And from what I keep hearing, like the critical drinker gave it he's like, this is the best movie of the year. It's like everything else has just been absolute crap. This is probably the best movie of the year. And
yeah,
subtitles, it's like it's killing it at the movie theater, even though
yeah.
it's subtitle. But it's like, damn it, I want to see this, but
See,
I don't want to. I want to sit through subtitles.
see, I can't. Dude, I haven't. I stayed away from a lot of it because of the Ferris Bueller one. I forget the dude's name. Ferris Bueller.
Oh,
Uh, What's
Yeah,
his name?
the one just labeled Godzilla. Yeah, that one was
Yeah.
garbage. No, no,
Dude, ever since then, I don't think I've seen the others because of that
no.
movie.
Yeah, no. They were
There's a
all
few movies like that that once they fall off, I just can't go to
well.
and watch the
The
rest.
first Bueller Godzilla had nothing to it was like a standalone Godzilla movie.
I keep hearing
It
that,
was yes,
and
it's
people are
nothing
saying I gotta give it another try, but
no,
oh,
no, it's
it
it's
just
utter
burned
horse shit.
it just burned me so bad that I just can't. The same thing with Star Wars. Once Star Wars fell off, like once they did the stupid pod racing I and Jar Jar, I I'm done. I can't.
I as a Star Wars fan, I wanna argue with you, but I can't because you're
Yeah,
100% right.
yeah. I I
Misa,
watched
Misa.
a little
That
bit
oh my
past it.
god.
Oh, it was just bad. And by the way, and it just kept getting worse. It didn't
my
get any better.
favorite criticism of the movie was Patrice O'Neal on the 3rd one when
Uh-huh.
he was like, because he was, Patrice was a even though he was a comedian,
But
he was a
by the way,
movie
the
buff.
6th one, the 3rd episode, but yeah, go ahead.
The 6th one, that shit was
Yeah.
sick. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But Patrice really delved deep into movies, and one thing he was very adamant about is when you get named, like a name means power, especially in a movie, and
Yeah.
especially a name like Darth Vader. It's
Yeah.
like no name inspires fear more
Yeah.
than that
And
name.
then
And
Darth
yeah,
Maul came along.
well, no, when in the
Dad.
3rd one, when he's like, "And I shall call you Darth
Oh, yes.
Vader," and Peach was like, "What the hell?" You just come out with there was no meaning
Ah,
behind the name. It was just,
yeah.
you're just, I make up Darth
Yeah.
Vader. And I
Uh-huh.
thought that too. I was like, so that's his name was just
Yep.
pulled out of his ass,
It's
like
just yeah.
Darth
Yeah, it's just
Vader. It's
this is
like
the name our clubhouse came up with, son.
like
Anyway,
I was annoyed about that. It's like there was no meaning behind his name. There was no meaning behind the mask. It's just
uh-huh.
they just put the mask on him and that was it. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, there's no story behind the mask, behind the whole cloak and everything. It's just we're just blah, there it is.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, but I had this in the back of my head the whole time ever since you mentioned Sam Neill. Um, an underrated movie. Did you ever see In the Mouth of Madness?
Fucking hell,
I love that
dude.
movie.
I love and hate that movie
Yes.
because god damn did that
Yep.
freak the shit
Ah,
out of me,
yep.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to
Oh
disturb the
my
flow
god.
and mention that one because some I mentioned that movie to other people and nobody, like I said, it's underrated. So there's people that have never heard of it.
Extremely
Yep.
underrated.
Yep.
Like,
It's
talk
so
about
good.
losing your minds, like, that's the scariest
Dude.
fucking thing on the planet to,
Dude,
like, am I
from
losing my mind? Am
from
I
the start,
sane?
from the start,
Jesus.
like he's reading the books and he leans forward and not to ruin it for anybody. He leans forward to put the book down and then leans back. You know the part I'm talking about, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And then later on in the diner when they're talking and you see in the background from across the street the dude walking across the street coming up to the way. I'm being vague in case somebody hasn't seen it because I don't want to ruin these parts. And then traveling to the town and they see the guy on the bike.
Damn it, dude,
Oh,
you're giving me chills,
I
man.
love that movie so much.
Fucking
Well,
hell.
first of all, I love horror movies. I love being scared.
Yes. Yes.
So
When that's that
so I
real chilling scare,
yes. And
like
it's
when
not jump scares.
yes.
There's a
None
couple of jump scares, but it's not all jump scares. The guy on the bike was not a jump scare. The guy coming across the street from the diner was not a jump scare because you seen him coming the entire time.
like, I don't give a shit what people say about the remake. When that fucking bitch crawled out of the TV in the fucking ring,
Oh yes.
I wanted to leave the theater,
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
I want to be like,
Okay.
dude, this was too much for me to handle. And I
So
was an adult watching that shit.
the part that got me in that was not the part where she crawled out of the TV. It was at the very beginning at the funeral. At the very beginning
Oh,
at the funeral, when she's standing in the kitchen having a regular conversation. There's no spooky music. There's no reason for this part to be in there. And all the mother mentions is how they found her in the closet and they just cut right to that. And I just jumped out of my skin. Like, what the fuck just happened? Was so good.
yes.
Was so good.
I and I love that feeling, man.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
oh, oh,
I know.
oh.
My favorite feeling is that, and then especially if you're watching this at somebody else's house or if you're alone in your house, it's after you turn the movie off and you have to like walk to your car,
Oh,
or if you're in your house and you turn the movie off and now you're gonna go to bed,
uh-huh.
like you're gonna go to sleep right now, and you have
No,
to you
I'm
have to
playing on my phone.
you have to walk down your hallway, and for some reason you feel like turning the light on, though you never needed to walk down the hallway before. And the creaks in the floor and it's all of a sudden your own house becomes eerie. It's great. I
You
love it.
know what? You know what the worst movie that and I was dating my girl at the time, and I'm a man. Yeah.
Mhm,
We decided to go to movie night.
mhm.
And there was another movie that we had a choice between 2 movies. I forget the other movie, and the other movie that we did see,
Yeah.
and it was about a spaceship that went and disappeared and all came back. And where has it been all these fucking years? You know the movie, right?
Wait a minute. No. Wait,
The
say that.
spaceship that disappeared for
Uh-huh.
15 years, and then all of a sudden it came back. Where has it been?
I don't know this.
Event Horizon, motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
And dude, as much as I was a little bitch because we had to go
yeah.
to walk her friend's dogs. I'm like, I'm not getting out of
Uh-huh.
the car.
Yeah.
I'm not getting out of the car.
Oh,
And
that's
she's
so
like, "You're
good.
gonna make me walk alone." I'm like,
That's
"I'll
so
follow
good.
you in the car. I'm not getting out
Yeah.
the car. Something pops out, I'll kick open the door and you better run in because I'm taking
Dude, did you ever see Scare Tactics?
Scare Tactics. I
Okay.
know that
It
name.
started with Prue. What's her name?
Oh, yes. No, I didn't watch. I think I watched
Okay.
a little episode a bit, and I was just
Dude.
like, "This is goofy."
Okay. It is. I kind of liked it because I'm just thinking, oh, I'd love to pull these kind of pranks on my friends and shit. But there's a part in I'm gonna see if I can find it. Hang on. We're gonna go. We're already going long, but if I find this part, it'll be worth it. Scare tactics.
So I'm trying to think what other movies, like, creeped the shit
Hmm.
out of me. Oh, The Fourth Kind. Fuck
Oh
that
yes, with the
fucking
chick in
movie,
the
man.
bed. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
god, man.
Yep. Uh huh.
Just looking down it because, like, I have mostly scary movies in my little DVD collection. Guess what's right on top? The Fourth Kind, man.
Yep.
It's like Christ almighty. Oh, and if you wanna talk about, like, I don't know if how good you wanna play video games, but if you want a game that is just all that shit, fucking Dead Space.
Yes. Well, okay. I haven't played it. I know of it though. I'm trying to
Man,
find this.
there
Let's
was
see.
one point I
Tactics.
got to the part where there was this, like, breathe it was like, I'm like, "I'm not going there. I'm not." Yeah, because you had to go towards the breathing, so I'm like, "I'm not going there." I
Okay.
turned the game off because I was like, "This is too scripty for me."
Okay. I found it.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
So I have the sound turned off, and if we wind up getting a strike, we'll just cut out the last part of this.
Well, just keep it under 10 seconds.
Well, I don't want to keep it under 10 seconds. I
Yeah,
want to watch the whole thing. I want
well,
to do an experiment
all
to
you gotta
see.
do is pause it.
Wait, I want to
Pause
do
it real quick, say something,
but I want
and
to do
then
an
okay,
experiment to see
alright,
if the audio is what's catching it.
okay.
But anyway, so okay, they're doing this thing where there's an
What
alien,
the shit?
and the people in the back seat here have no idea. There's actors in the front, people in the back have no clue what's going on. And this is my favorite thing ever because it's a dude with his girlfriend. Okay. She's screaming like crazy because they set this whole thing up about UFO and blah, blah,
Oh
blah.
my
Okay.
Christ, man.
And he lifts the
Oh
door up.
my god.
Okay. This is my favorite part. I hope this is the
Wow.
one because watch, dude. Okay. That's an actor getting thrown around, of course. Okay. See that dude? You see
That's
him?
her
You see him
boyfriend?
booking? That's her
That's her
boyfriend. He just left her in the car. He just left her. And the whole time she's just like, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? And then later, of course, she's after the whole thing, she's like, I can't believe you left me. And he's like, I don't know what to tell you, babe. I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm telling you right now,
Dude.
I would try and grab her, but if she's too busy fighting, you know how, like, girls they get
Yes.
hysterical and they
Yes.
won't. I'm like, "I'll try and grab you, but if you're just gonna be dead weight, you're
Yeah.
on your own.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not picking you up over my shoulder."
Dude.
You know, I know, man, she might be a
Look,
little tiny
look at
girl,
him.
but I know if it was my girl was like one of those thick, big ass, big tits girls, and it's
Uh-huh.
like I could carry her, but it would slow me down.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
dude,
nope,
look at him.
you
Look at he's not looking back. He is not
dude.
look and she's still in the car. She still hasn't crawled over the front seat. Now she's finally out of the car, and now she's booking. He's gone. It's fucking great.
Can you blame him? If you
Dude.
saw that shit,
Oh,
man.
dude, I would have pushed her in front of me. I would have been like, "This one has an extra hole to probe. Go, get her." Uh,
Ah.
anyway, all right. That should end it.